Yeah, Steel City Sports World back in the house. I'm your host, Steel City Luke. Got Big Rome, Claudio, Ralph, RW Media, Bubbles, a.k.a. Fillmore, and we got Smoking Film on his Obama phone. What's going on, fellas?
How's everything?
Hey, guys. Everything's good. Everything's good.
Jim, you good, Jim?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Listen, we all had some predictions on this Cincinnati game. Most of us was right. Somebody was wrong. So we're going to get started. Make sure you give us a call, 412-530-5063. Your comments, you can either text in or call in. We appreciate calls and text messages. Check out the website, scsportsworld.com. Also, Giving Tuesday is this coming Tuesday, and make sure you check out and make the donation to Steel City so we can continue giving out the trophies and awards to young athletes in our mentoring program. So that being said, let's get started. Claudio, I know you had something you wanted to say. What you got for us in your huddle up?
Oh, man, it's been a crazy time. But you know what? I'm going to change my huddle up. First of all, I want to say hello to my friend Kelly in Wisconsin. But I know we're coming close to Thanksgiving, and I say this a lot to you guys, but you know, I've never met Big Rome or Fillmore. Obviously, Ralph, Jim, and Luther. You know, I can't tell you how much you guys mean to me. When we did the boxing authorities, Luther would always say after the show was over, man, I needed that. And, you know, it's always good to be on with you guys. And, you know, I'm the corniest guy in the world, but I look forward to doing this show, not to talk about sports, to be honest with you, because I like sports better when it was in the 70s and 80s and 90s, as you guys know. But it's to be on with quality people such as yourself. And I can't thank you enough for your friendship and your kindness for allowing me to be on a show like this. I might be off and on here tonight, but I'm going to stay on the whole show. But again, I just wanted to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I'm very thankful for all of you, even Smoking Jim.
Even Smoking Jim. All right, Claudia, we appreciate you as always, man. It's always good to be around a Hall of Famer like you. So,
likewise, Claudia. Thank you.
Smoker Jim, what you got for us?
Hey, thanks, Luther. And I don't want to see none of y'all during the holidays.
But we're all coming over your house.
I got a friend that has a successful television show. I'm not going to mention any names, Luther Dupree. But like I said, I'm not going to mention any names. Luther Dupree said that Derrick Henry was over the hill. And I looked up his stats. Derrick Henry got 800 yards rushing, 8 touchdowns, 4.9 yards a carry. I guess John Riggins wasn't the diesel. For the Luther, he was the weasel. I guess Earl Campbell was over the hill too. Jim Brown couldn't run. All Franco Harris did was run out of bounds. According to Luther, I guess he don't like big backs. Derrick Henry's on pace for 1,500 yards, one of the greatest seasons of any running back in NFL history. But hey, listen, everybody knows one of my best friends, and I love him, is Terry Smith, the head coach of Penn State. But I ain't know if it was Terry Smith or Dick Vermeil. I mean,
wow.
Dang.
Hey, listen, I hope Terry gets the head coaching job at Penn State. I think he deserves it. But look here. You get carried off the field for beating Michigan State. In the Big Ten, and we beat Western Michigan and Youngstown State. Hey, listen. Hey, all I got to say is this. Diddle. Over the middle. Hey, I know you guys won't admit it, but DK Metcalf right now, wish they had George Pickens alongside of him, man. Pittsburgh Steelers really blew their opportunity to win playoff games to go to the Super Bowl by getting rid of the legend. The 24-year-old maturing George Pickens.
Wow, Jim, you going to find a way to crowbar Pickens into every show now, Jim? Listen,
Every show.
Pickens would not been the same. Pickens is having a great year. We always knew about his talent. It was off the field, Jim. You know, Jim, he has 3 unsportsmanlike conducts already. He just, Monday night, he was benched early because he's already had CeeDee Lamb missing curfew, and they started the game on the bench. He's very talented, but he's starting to show a little more and more. I'm glad he's going. I just wish the Steelers would have done a better job of replacing him. It wasn't about keeping George Pickens because he was a cancer, and he would not have been putting up these numbers because the Steelers are a running team. Dallas is a passing team. Dallas has a much better quarterback situation. So it wouldn't have been the same thing here, and he would have been more of a cancer this year because it's a contract year, and you look at the receivers other than DK Metcalf, those numbers are pitiful, and he would have been the worst cancer that we would have seen. But that's not what I want to talk about, man. College football, I was so disappointed when I saw let me go back to this one. South Carolina and Texas A&M. First, Nick Harbour scores a touchdown. A guy knocks the ball out of his hands, and then this state trooper runs through the guys. Come on, man. What are we doing here? This is unacceptable. They still haven't released this guy's name. He should be fired. He shouldn't be allowed to work these games anymore. There was no need for any of that to happen, and it could have got a lot worse. I'm glad the South Carolina players kept their composure, unlike the daggone state trooper who bucked into both of those guys purposely and then said something to him looking for a reaction. Now, what if they would have jumped on him? All their names would have plastered all over the place. But the guy who started all, we still don't know who he is. They just said he was sent away, for conduct detrimental to the no. We should know his name so he could be plastered about, because if it was the players, we would know about everything, all their history and everything. But if he's willing to do this during the game with millions of people watching, hundreds of people in the stands, what is he like when he pulls you over one-on-one in the dark? These are the type that cause all kinds. There was no reason for that. The guy just scored a touchdown. His hamstring was hurt, and he's walking back onto the field. I didn't like that at all, man. He needs to be suspended, fired, whatever. And first of all, we need to know his daggone name. But that's my thoughts on the whole situation. Listen, let's jump into this game, this Bengals game, fellas. Let me start it off with Big Rome, Ralph, and Fillmore. You guys, I think, all called the Bengals winning. Big Rome, let me start you off first. What were your thoughts on this Bengals game?
I loved our ability, especially in the second half, to show a few more options. It seems like that they broke up in the offense up a little bit. Mm-hmm. Our defense is attacking, but the beauty of football is that it only takes one play. I noticed that Flacco was rubbing his throwing shoulder a little bit. So it might have been a play or two after that when T.J. Watt slammed him to the ground. Mm-hmm. And it was pretty much a wrap after that. So I like the way that what we brought to the table. I like that we continue to use Mount Washington. And one thing I also noticed is that I'm at a loss of thought here. Other than the turnovers, of course, it looks like Mr. Wilson played a lot more snaps than Calvin Austin III. So I find that interesting going forward. How is that all going to play out as far as playing time, especially when they got the new wide receiver still working the kink cell, trying to learn the playbook on all that, how that's all going to play out. Why did he get demoted? Was he injured? And I think that we have a good chance next week or this upcoming week.
Okay. All right. Let's jump into these comments, and I'm going to come to Fillmore and Ralph. Let's see. It's JMD. Salute, JMD 0324. Day of Giving. Oh, yeah. Day of Giving is Tuesday. I'm going to show more information on how everybody can help and donate. Underground. Make sure y'all check out the Underground Sports Show, man. He got a great show. State Trooper was definitely bugging. They're going to hide him so they can sneak him back in. Facts, Underground. Yeah, make sure you check out his show. He comes on 11 o'clock Sundays, and he had a show on yesterday, Tuesdays. Yeah. JMD, do you all think Darnell Washington will get more targets now? Man, let me tell you, Claudio, you've been calling it all season for 2 years to get this man the ball, and we saw what he could do, Claudio, man. That's a big guy. Guys were making business decisions on whether or not they would tackle him. So, we definitely need
throwing people. He was throwing people.
Yeah, he was throwing guys. Geno Stone from around here, he didn't want no parts. 22. He went in there, just ducked down. You can't tackle this, man. You got to go in there with everything you got. And look at this. It's like a man amongst boys out there, man. This all around. I definitely agree. He needs to get more targets. And look at him. He's knocking down 3 and 4 guys. I love it. Yo, we got Ma Turner. They got to keep feeding them. Yeah, Ma.
Yeah, Molly.
Feed me.
Hey.
We got somebody calling in early. We got Mark Brentley. Mark, what's going on, Mark?
Hey, man, listen, I just paid a fee to get to the front of the line on you guys today, brother. So I'm here. But listen, first of all, I just wanted to ask about a few rumors, and I don't know if somebody could answer it. They just opened up that new airport this week.
Yes.
And they said that there is a section where there's a large picture of Steel City Sports panel, and I just wanted to know, where can I go see you guys at the brand new airport?
It's coming, man. It's definitely coming, man.
Mark, it's in the men's room.
That ain't right,
bro.
I know. I'm just joking.
In the blue oyster?
Yeah.
What did they do with that Franco Harris statue? Is it still going to be there? And that's just an open-ended question. I'm not just raising the question, but I have a couple of unrelated comments. I want to say them real quick if you let me, and then I'll hang up. First of all, the young folks have an expression, you feel me? They always say something, you feel me, meaning, do you understand me? Do you feel what I'm saying? Do you get it? And I want to say that to Claudio, your opening comments were so heartfelt and so sincere, and I just thought that was probably one of the nicest things that a person could say this time of the year, of course, a week away from Thanksgiving, and you were giving thanks for being on this panel and being a part in your friendship. And I just thought men usually don't do that publicly. And so just shows me the kind of man that you are. So I appreciate hearing it, and just wanted to acknowledge that, and I thought it was wonderful comments to make. The final comment that I want to make is they had on the news, I think last week, that the city is completing this new open-air park downtown on 8th Street. They said it will be ready before the draft that will get here. They also announced this week, and if I'm not mistaken, I heard it today, that the city said that they are waiving some of the rules for the food trucks so they can get in closer to the people. They don't have to move every 4 hours, so they can make adjustments for the NFL draft. My question to the panel is, should we not try to get something from the outgoing administration in terms of a recommendation to send to council, encouraging the NFL to touch base with local sports shows? And of course, you guys would be representing the community access community, so to show that they're reaching out to everybody when they come here. This administration he was a friend, but he's been disappointing policy-wise and follow-through-wise. But I think it's time that he makes some recommendation, and a letter from him sending it to Roger Goodell and the NFL and all the other guys, and say, hey, you need to come in, and if you do nothing else but give a 30-minute interview to the Steel City Sports Show, or allow them to set up their panel down there within the draft. We got to be active, guys, and we have to do something that's a once-in-a-lifetime. You are the only thing out there that's consistent and regular were people, everyday people. I'm not talking about the networks. And so if you decide to send an email or a petition, let me know. I want to sign it, but we got to do it and move fast now. And I'm curious to hear your comments about the upcoming game. And if somebody can mention, I always listen to watch these games, but can somebody tell me, is there a Pittsburgh connection on this Chicago game? Is there anybody from Western Pennsylvania playing on the Chicago Bears? Thank you. And I ain't gonna listen.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, hey, appreciate it. We love when Mark calls, but
Mark, I could tell you about the Franco Harris statue. They are going to put it in the new terminal. It's still at the old terminal. They have to clean it and get it ready. They're going to move it over. It's going to be in the new terminal somewhere. I don't know where, but it's going to be there. So
absolutely. And if you look on the screen, Brister, Jaquan Brister,
yes,
he's from Woody High, Penn State. He's the starting safety for the Chicago Bears. He's doing very well for himself. Gateway. All right, Gateway. He's from Gateway.
Oh, there you go.
He's from Gateway. I was wondering if you were asleep, Joe. He's from Gateway. I wanted to mess with you. Gateway, Penn State, Chicago Bears. All right,
if I could comment on Mark's thing. First of all, Mark, thank you for your kind words. Number two, you inspired me a long time ago when you said that we should have a show during the NFL draft, and we are working on it right now. We're doing our part. We have to have the ball hit back to us, but I do believe something's going to happen. And I'll say this, and maybe I'm just being honest with you. We all watch a lot of shows, but we have on our another show, previous show we used to do, I used to say we're informative and entertaining. And we are informative and entertaining. Yeah, we joke with each other, we rip on each other, stuff like that. But we'll tell you it's not just an opinion, it's a really good opinion that we talk about. We've had our hands in the soil. We're not tight, we're not scripted, we're not fake. And I'm not ripping on anybody else. I'm just telling you how we are. And we just let it all out. We don't have pre-game, what do they call them, Luther? Pre-show meetings.
Yeah, a lot of pre-prep, pre-production. Right.
We do our thing and we let it go and we have fun doing it. And I think that's what people want to see.
Absolutely. Hey, jumping back into the comments, man, we have Underground back in there. He said Washington City weighs 311 pounds on the podcast yesterday. I saw that too, man. Moving like that, 311 pounds. I see why guys are making business decisions. Who the GOAT? What's up, who the GOAT? Salute, Luke and fellas. Salute. Definitely, yeah. We definitely want to be at that draft, man. Definitely. All right, who else? Fillmore, we didn't get you. Your thoughts on the game.
Oh man, I'm gonna hit the offense real quick. I can't say enough about Darnell Washington because he showed what he can do, right? They need to do more things, more tight end screens, more direct plays to him, get him out in the open because he is making guys play flag football. Yeah. That's what he's doing out there. they over there reaching for his hips. They can't catch it. I need him in open space, man. We have ourselves he's a more athletic Eric Green. You know what I'm talking about? Like he's
good point.
He's it, man. So let's do that. My man I call him Mega Mason. That's my guy. Okay, Mega Mason is good for 2-3 games a year, and get him on now. Let them let Aaron Rodgers' wrist heal up. And let him get out there and throw the ball, man. So I like he stepped up, he did his thing, and please keep James Pierre in the game. Do not put drop the ball Slay, little game Slay in the game because Pierre's out there. They tried to pick on him, and he's over there. He's leading the team in pass deflections. They kept trying to pick on him, and he's stepping up to the plate. So I'm loving the way the defense is coming together. Patrick Queen's finally reaching double-digit tackles. Whoop-de-doo, right? But he's supposed to do that. Nick Herbig deserved that $41 million because TJ ain't doing it. So, but man, I'm proud of when they did this week, man. I feel I can wear my hat. I can wear my hat with pride today. I don't have to wear, some loser gear. So they did great.
Yeah, definitely. I feel you on that, Fillmore, man. Only thing, I definitely feel you. Ralph, did you want to add something before we jump to Jim?
Yeah, what I want to say is, oh, excuse me, did somebody say they threw some passes to Darnell Washington? Excuse me. So anyway, oh man, wow. Just saying his name sometimes. There you go. All right. But anyway, it was nice to see them throw passes to him and the way he bulldozed everybody. But you know what? Arthur Smith is not innovative enough. How about putting him in the backfield, make the defensive coordinator on the other team think for a minute? There you go. Because one thing the Steelers are lacking is a 1-2 punch. They have speedy guys, but they need a big bruiser at running back. They used to have Bettis, and they used to have Willie Parker. They had Bam Morris, and they had Eric Pegram. Now they need to get somebody like a Darnell Washington in the backfield, and then that way they have a 1-2 punch that they can use in the running game. But wait a minute, I forgot Arthur Smith can't think like that. So there you go. But anyway.
It was supposed to be Caleb Johnson, but he hasn't worked out so far.
Yeah, you know what? I got egg on my face, Luther. I told the Steelers to draft. You were there. I said they were going to draft him, and I thought he was going to be a good running back. And it's turned out he's turning into a bust a little bit as well. So
I'm with you, Ralph. You're not by yourself.
On my face.
You can't. I don't want to call him a bust yet. He is improving a little bit, but he doesn't look great. He doesn't look.
No, not at all. And I like Kyle Duggar and Pierre did a good job. And what the problem with the Steelers is they have to be consistent. There's no consistency here, and and that's the key. If they want to win the rest of these games, they have to be consistent, and they got to keep the foot on the gas pedal and not slow down because the Ravens are creeping up on them, and that's the interesting part about this. They have to do something. They have to keep it going. They can't stop. And don't think that Chicago can win some games here. They've started to play some disciplined football, and they're starting to win some games. So we'll see what happens on Sunday. But I think they're going to win, but it's going to be a close one.
Okay. Hey, let's see. We got Sean on the line. What's going on, Sean?
Hey, Sean.
Fellas. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. What's on your mind, Sean? What you think about the game?
It looked like the Steelers' offense looked better with Mason Rudolph in the game.
True. I'll give you that.
The offense looked better. It's like if one minute thing goes wrong with Rodgers, he's always crying. And it seemed like with Rudolph, he's just like, just run the play.
Hey, you know what? Rudolph didn't yell at one person.
No.
He played a whole half. He didn't have to scream at anybody, and the offense was flowing. Rodgers is screaming and complaining, and so. Hey, I feel you on that.
I think the offense may start opening up if they just spread the ball around to everybody. Because even though Washington's going to start getting more attention, I think it could open up for more players. So I think don't forget about Jonnu Smith or Freiermuth. I think the offense can really.
Hey, Sean, I already forgot about Jonnu Smith. He should be tight end 3. I'd rather see Washington and Freiermuth. I don't think there's any reason he should be taking snaps away from Freiermuth. I've seen enough.
I agree with Ralph. Let's put Jonnu at the running back position.
There you go. Well, you know what? They got too many cooks in the kitchen. That's what the problem is. Too many cooks in the kitchen.
I don't want to see Hayward on the offensive side of the ball.
No.
You don't like him doing the tush push? He's like 100%, huh?
Let Darnell Washington do that.
Yeah, Darnell. Last time we had him do it, he didn't get it. I like Darnell Washington pushing whoever's doing the tush push. Because he'll push you over. I mean, I don't.
Darnell Washington can throw you over the
and maybe Aaron Rodgers could at least go to the wide receiver spot instead of standing back there with his hands on his hips. I mean, come on. At least take one guy out of the equation.
Yeah. And the way the season's playing out, I honestly think the Steelers could make a play because their defense is looking really good. They got to let Slay start. not Slade. I mean, Pierre, who's 42. He has to start. Now, here's the irony of the defense. The Patriots let go of 2 of their safeties. They cut one and traded us one.
Right.
They're making our defensive backfield look a lot better having them. And in the first safety we got, he's a good special teams player. Like, even though he Julie, who was it? The kid from Michigan that we got
Julius Peppers. Jabril Peppers. Yeah.
He's a good special teams player.
Excellent.
So I know that Pierre is probably going to have to play more on defense, but Peppers is a good special teams player.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to do good. If our defense can hold up, I think we can make a run in the playoffs this year.
Ooh.
And no, I really think so, because the defense is doing good. And now we got to get healthy. Like Highsmith, I don't know what it is with him. That boy stay hurt. But the kid
he's Anthony Davis of the Steelers, man. He's street clothes. Street clothes. He's always
the club if you're in the top.
Right. I mean, 1 minute he has 2 sacks, the next thing you know, he got a pec injury. I'm like, man, he played the best game of the year and he's hurt again. And he missed 4 games earlier. So yeah. I was okay with putting him on the trading block at the trade deadline to see if you can get some more offensive help. But they didn't go that route.
But I really think we can make a run this year. I really think the way the defense is playing and the offense, I think we can make a run this year. It's just going to depend on matchups. That's what it's going to fall down to, is matchups.
Yeah.
So,
hey, the top 3 seeds, Indiana, Indianapolis Colts, the Denver Broncos, and the New England Patriots. I'm really not impressed with any of those 3. They're all very beatable top 3 seeds. And the Steelers match up well with all 3 of those teams. That they really don't put the fear of me at all. So I think those would be good matchups. Their toughest matchup might be the wild card if there's a Buffalo or Baltimore Ravens in there. To me, I agree with you, Sean, for sure.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it plays out. Real quick about can I say something real quick about college football?
Right.
It was a disgrace what Narduzzi said before the Notre Dame game about they could beat us by this amount of points.
Yeah, that was horrible.
That was a disgrace. And if I'm Pitt's higher ups, within the next couple years, I'm really looking for a new head coach. Yeah. Maybe this year I'm looking for a head coach.
Narduzzi's already on probation.
Yeah, he got to finish.
No, he's on probation. Him and Capel, both of them.
Do you think Terry Smith would ever be considered if something happened with Narduzzi?
For Penn State?
Absolutely.
For Pitt.
I don't think it's an option for Pitt at all.
Here's my thing. If I'm Terry Smith, I don't think Pitt will ever hire a Penn State man to be their head coach. That's the issue.
Exactly.
That's the issue.
You still think it runs that? To me, isn't that a little childish though?
Yes, but here's the thing of it. Here's the thing of it, Claudio. The thing of it is this. It's always going to be a rivalry. Put it like this. Just hear me out real quick. Pitt always cry about Penn State don't want to play on. Penn State want to play on. Penn State's model is unravel. Pitt, if you want a rivalry, play West Virginia. You're guaranteed to sell out with West Virginia, Notre Dame like last weekend, or Penn State. Penn State don't want to play you. Notre Dame is on the schedule they got. They may play you once every couple years because of ACC. You could play West Virginia every year, be a guaranteed sellout every other year, but Pitt thinks they're bigger than West Virginia.
Okay.
Penn State doesn't want to play Pitt because if Pitt starts beating Penn State, then you're going to start eating off of their plate.
There you
That's
go.
the whole reason why that they don't want to play. It's not because that they don't think that they're worthy. It's because that in the end game, that's because in the end game, if Pitt starts beating Penn State, then the people who's going to start looking at Penn State, looking at them thinking that they're going to go to that school, going to start pulling away. Just like when Franklin left and they started pulling people started pulling their scholarships back. That could be the same thing if Pitt start beating them regularly.
Good point.
That's how it's always been since Joe Paterno was there. And I can't be told anything else. Because they've been eating in Pittsburgh, in the greater Pittsburgh area for decades. And rightfully so.
Rightfully so. But
because you're good at what they do, and they've been recruiting for years.
And true.
That's it.
Hey, Rome, also, Pitt really doesn't do a good job of recruiting from this area. I mean, look at some of the top talent that they're not getting from this area.
It would be a lot. It'll be a lot easier if we're beating Penn State. A lot of them people off the rip because we're not getting them.
Sell out all their games too, Ro. They don't draw down at Acrisure Stadium for these games. I worked on it. They don't draw.
Ever since I met Jim, one of the first things he ever talked about, Terry Smith, and you too, Terry Smith. And to be honest with you, I didn't know a whole lot about him. But what do I always say? If I had a son, who would I want him to play for? Yeah. Herm Edwards, right? I'll tell you what, I'm going to say that about Terry Smith. I think he's a hell of a man. I think he's a good coach. And if he's getting in the right situation, in a fair situation, I think he'd be hell. And I think he would recruit. I mean, you guys know more about him than I do, but I think he would recruit at Pitt, and I think he could change things. I mean, if you're happy with, as they say, the mushy middle and what they're doing, go ahead. And like Sean said about the Notre Dame comments, I've been coaching 42 years. I don't give a damn if we're playing, the best team or CC. I don't care. I want to win. Right. But that's beside the point. I like that guy. And again, Jim's been talking about him from day one. And I never really said one thing or the other because I didn't know the man. I still don't know him. But the more I see of him, the more I like him. And I hope he gets a big time job because I think he'll be an unbelievable person to recruit and he'll win.
Absolutely. And one thing, Terry Smith has those guys playing. It looked like they were going to quit for a while, but those guys have been playing hard. They were one step away from beating Indiana. Terry gets his first win against Michigan State, and they're playing hard. They lost a lot of talent, and they're playing hard. That's all you could ask for an interim coach.
Well, let me
Sean, before we get this next call.
Real quick about the rebuttal in regards to Penn State. Here's the issue Pitt has. This is the issue Pitt has. Now, we're going to leave everything in the 80s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Because 70s, Pitt won the national championship. Penn State lost the national championship. 80s, Pitt and Penn State were at top level. Penn State won 2 national championships. And West Virginia played for a national championship. Okay? Since 2000, Pitt has not one of the Big Six bowl games. They got blew up and lost to Chick-fil-A Peach for the only 2 big bowl games they played in. West Virginia, they won the Sugar Bowl, they've won the Orange Bowl, and they won the Fiesta Bowl, West Virginia. Penn State has won the Cotton Bowl, the Rose Bowl, the Fiesta Bowl, and the Orange Bowl. So when you're comparing programs, it hasn't even not won one of them 6 bowl games. And Pitt is in the easier conference to win it. They're in the easier conference. So I don't know what's going on with Pitt. Everybody says it's the stadium. I understand the stadium thing, but they got to figure something out there because since the year 2000, they haven't even won. Hey, the Utah used to have won more Big Six bowl games than Pitt.
Yeah, he definitely been on that. Hey, Sean, we going.
TCU won more Big Six bowl games than Pitt. TCU played for a national championship.
I mean, kids look at that, but they also look at the stars that came out. Right. Who's bigger than Aaron Donald? Who's bigger than Larry Fitzgerald? Who's bigger than Darrell Revis on any of those teams? So you kids also look at who they put out. You see what I'm saying? So it's not, and it's never an argument about if Pitt ever compared to Penn State as far as program success. But the kids look at, hey, this dude went there and he went to the NFL. This guy went here and he's an All-Pro. This guy went here, he's a Hall of Famer. Curtis Moore. Like there's a long list of more greats that went to Pitt than Penn State. If you really want to compare,
I ain't gonna say all that.
I don't know about all that.
Listen, I'm not arguing.
Aaron Donald is the best D tackle of all time. Larry Fitzgerald is probably top 5 receiver of all time. Let's get to it.
On a college level. I'm standing on a college level winning.
I'm not arguing about any of that. The point I'm trying to make is that you're right. Of all those wins, losses, blah, blah, blah. But the one thing remains the same, though. Penn State won't play Pitt. That's the only argument I was making. And the reason...
Penn people sound like a scoring lover when it comes to Penn State.
But it's not about being a scoring lover. The argument is if you can play Alabama A&T every year, you can play a trash team every year. If Pitt was so trash that you could put them on a schedule, yes or no? If you could play a one double A schedule every single year. If you can play a low-notch football team every single year.
Hey, Sean, we can tell by the way you're talking. You're Penn State alumni.
Let me say something. Let me say something real fast. I'm a Penn State alumni. I'm from the North Side. I want Penn State to play every year. But I went to Penn State. I know that some of the things that goes on up there. So you got to move on from Penn State. Everybody wants Penn State to play. Penn State don't want to play them. And Penn State if I'm Pitt. You got a rivalry built in with West Virginia.
I never said that they didn't want to play Pitt. I'm telling you the reason why.
Right.
That's the only thing that I argue from we're jumping around and doing all these arguments about what they did what they're doing now. I'm just telling you the reason why.
Because of the TV deal. Paterno was mad because of the conference issues. He was trying to make a conference thing. Dino Cook explained it.
Yeah, Paterno was holding the line. Let
me finish. Dino Cook explained it. And it's remember they did the Big East Requiem? If those two tie together, and they talked about the Big East Conference, the basketball conference, and Dino Cook kind of explained it too. Penn State tried to get into the Big East first. But the Big East wouldn't let them in because Penn State is in the middle of nowhere. They're not a city school. Pitt got into the Big East for basketball.
Right.
And Penn State was trying to do backdoor deals in which, hey, we want to have a conference with Pitt, Boston College, Temple, West Virginia. But what Paterno was also trying to do, he was trying to steal Maryland from the ACC. But this is the thing. I don't know if you ever heard of this, but Dino Cook did explain this one day. Paterno wanted to take a cut out of everybody's stuff. Like, say it's State in West Virginia. Hold on. Say if Pitt in West Virginia plays. Penn State wanted to kind of take some of that on top of that as well. So the reason why I'm explaining this is, and this kind of leads into other conferences. When Paterno didn't get what he wanted, and when the Big Ten came calling, he went to the Big Ten and said, F Pitt, F Syracuse, F all the other schools, because the Big Ten was giving them money. I don't agree with Penn State not playing with Pitt, and I'm an alumni.
Right.
I don't agree with it. I wish they should play every year.
Fact. Hey, Sean, listen, man, we got a ton of other callers, man. We can get into this, man, but we definitely appreciate it. But right now we got 3 more callers, man.
Okay.
All right, Sean, appreciate you, bro. All right. Next call, you could come through. We could only do one at a time, but we had a number of people coming in. Jim, you've been kind of quiet. I wanted to get you to answer this question. Lori Penn, thanks for the for the text. He says, how can the Steelers improve their early down efficiency, particularly in the run game and short passing game, to reduce third and long situations and increase overall offensive EPA? Jim, I'm going to throw that to you. What do you think they can do?
Well, first of all, my name was called a half hour ago, but I appreciate y'all just getting to me. I said on draft day, Caleb Johnson would be a bust, but you and Ralph went out of your way not to give me credit on that. But hey, listen, I have no problem with the Pittsburgh Steelers are doing. Listen, the Pittsburgh Steelers have to get that running game going, and they're trying to do that. The offensive line is getting better, even though Pro Football Focus got them rated 20th out of 32 teams in the NFL. Claudio has been saying for 3 years, I can't give the Steelers credit that they should be throwing them out Washington. They took them 3.5 years to do it, and that's not sugar-coated. The only reason he got that girl he got is because of money. I mean, now Washington looks better with his helmet off than on, and he got an absolute princess. But hey, listen, the offense, DK Metcalf has been a disappointment. As I told you guys, he's the number 2 receiver. He's been the number 2 receiver his whole life. You got to find a way to get DK Metcalf more involved. Coach Tomlin, you got to quit putting Roman Wilson in the doghouse. That's an all-pro receiver right there.
Oh,
you got an
goodness.
all-pro
Come
receiver in Roman Wilson. You got an all-pro receiver. Prior moves on the run tough for the first time in his career. Still ain't blocking nobody.
He's not paid to block.
Moving. Yeah, I see. The offense is moving in the right direction.
Okay. All right. We got another call. We got is this Desmond? Thanks for the call, Desmond.
What's up, man? How y'all doing?
All right. Thanks for the call.
Yes, sir. I'm calling from Vegas, man. Trying y'all some love. But y'all talking about Steelers, so I just wanted to mention a few points. I think that the 13 personnel they have with those 3 tight ends, I think that's winning football.
Yeah.
The division we play in, we got to be able to run the ball, play action. But I think overall, our offense, we're playing winning ball, and I think our defense is finally turning the corner. And then lastly, I do think we need another weapon. I want to know what you guys thought about possibly signing Odell. He just came out that 6-game suspension. I think he can help out. I think a lineup with him, DK, and then people forgetting about Valdez Scantling. I think he's a nice deep threat as well. So I think them 3, that's for those tight ends, you know what I'm saying? And then also the tight end, our right tackle, nobody's talking about him. He's playing outstanding. So shout out to him. What's his name? Troy Fano?
Yeah, Troy Fano, yeah.
Yeah, but just long story short, I think we're playing winning ball offense. I think our defense is getting better. We're turning up corner. I think if we just sign somebody I know we're trying to get a trade for a receiver, it didn't happen, but if we sign somebody like Odell, man, I think we good, and then keeping Rodgers healthy.
Do you think Odell has a lot left, though? I thought he was done 3 years ago.
No, the thing was last year he had that knee surgery last summer, and that kind of season. Okay, and then he got released. He got released, but I forget who he played for. Was it I can't remember. He got released, then he got suspended. So
after that knee injury in the Super Bowl, he was over, man.
Yeah,
we knew it was over at the Super Bowl.
I'd rather take a flyer on Tyler Boyd. Possession receiver. I thought
they would have pulled the trigger on that by now. You know what I mean? He could have been around for training camp.
Right, he was trying. Listen, we were there for the ribbon cut, and he was trying to get with the Steelers, and they had no interest. And I guess they still have no interest. I think they're dropping the ball on that. And I don't think MVS has a lot left in the tank either. You know, he's supposed to be a deep threat, but I just think they dropped the ball by not replacing George Pickens, thinking Roman Wilson and Calvin Austin would step up, and it hasn't happened.
Yeah, I hear you. But yeah, like I say, man, we still top of the division. We just keep playing winning ball, man. Control the clock, run the ball, play action. Like, I trust Rodgers, man. I think he's doing decent for what he got. You know what I'm saying? Like, for what he got. And I know you guys was kind of down on Johnny Smith. I disagree, dog. Johnny Smith, he's nice, man. He can stretch the field. He can block, like somebody said, running back. We just got to figure out a way to get all 3 of them dudes on the field at once. And like I say, because it's a mismatch for the defense. You have 3 tight ends on the field. The defense is going to match personnel. And I think those are just 3 mismatches because no linebacker or even safety can run with them. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. I'm always optimistic about my boys. You know what I'm saying? And we just got to finish this strong, man. I just want to show y'all some love from out here in Vegas, man. Keep doing y'all thing.
All right, man. Appreciate you, Desmond. Don't be a stranger. Make sure you call back.
Yes, sir.
All right. Appreciate you. He brought up some good points, man. But one thing I want to talk about, Broderick Jones. We were on him pretty heavy at the beginning of the year. Not great, but he's gotten a lot better. He didn't get Aaron Rodgers killed yet. He's improving slowly, but he's improving. I mean, any thoughts on that? I mean, we were killing him at the beginning of the year, and now that he's showing improvement, nobody's really saying anything. Big Rome.
If I could ask Big Rome and Jim, is the offensive line, is that the position where you can be the most consistent? Because receiver, quarterback, he can be a little inconsistent. But is that position, is that more prone to be more consistent because he hasn't been consistent? Rome?
I think that the left tackle position is the most difficult position in the NFL because most of your best rushers was coming from the offensive left side. That being said, he was a project when he came out. We took a reach on him, and he's developing a little bit slower than people expected. I think partially because I don't know if we have the coaching at the offensive line that we used to have when it came to the word
like Mike Munchak.
Munchak, here you go. When Munchak was here, we got at that turnstile, Alejandro Villanueva, into something halfway decent. And my
he made 2 Pro Bowls. Crazy.
Pro Bowls was cool, but when you look at it down fat,
no, he was trash. He was trash. The fact he made 2 Pro Bowls, that's a testament to the coach.
That's what I'm saying. So with that action right there, I think that he's developing a little bit slower, and you could go across the offensive line. You got the left tackle, he's in. You got the left guard, he's getting a little bit older. He's starting to get dinged up a little bit. He might not be here next year. Then you got the one of the number one centers in the league.
Zach Frazier, yeah.
You have a guy who we took, I think, in the 4th round.
Mason McCormick.
Yeah, Mason McCormick.
He's
all
good.
across the line, it gets better and better and better. And look at the tackle that we took in the 1st round.
Corey Fontana.
He was a senior. And he just gave up his first sack last week. I didn't know that up until last week that he just gave up his first sack. So
Khalil Mack for them problems, man, all day.
Right.
We have room for improvement, but they're growing steadily. And one thing I will say is that they were talking about Rodgers is getting a little bit happy feet. And that can kill an offensive line, because if they don't know where your launch point is or where your launch point is supposed to be, like when he gave up that safety,
he ran right into that.
He ran right into that. So you got somebody like the youngin over there, Mace. Well, I won't get into my analogies about Mace. Some of y'all know already. If you know, you know. Mace stood in that pocket.
Yeah.
And he was willing to take those hits. So
he navigated that pocket well. Dump the ball off and let the receivers, get that yak.
Yeah, so
trying to go deep. You're right.
In those regards over there, if you have a quarterback that knows where his launch, where offensive line knows where his launch point at, you can improve their performance a little bit on that back end. But you still have to produce in the front end. Not overreaching, not punching too quick, learning how to jab, things of that nature. And when you get a little bit of help from people like Mount Washington, Spencer Anderson, it helps out a lot.
Yeah,
that's right.
Great point. So, all right. Hey, we got JMD. He said Odell could be a good pickup. I'm just not feeling Odell, man. Even though he said he would love to play for Pittsburgh. Broderick Jones has been better. I agree.
He made a statement. He likes Mike Tomlin. So.
Yeah. Hey, listen, Mike Tomlin's the best the best magnet for forgetting players. I don't know if they're old washed up players, but a lot of people want to come here and play. One thing we haven't talked about is the Jamar Chase, Jalen Ramsey incident. Crazy. This is the second player that spit on somebody. We saw Jalen Carter do it earlier, and now Jamar Chase. Smoker Joe, let's bring you into this conversation. What did you think about that whole incident, man? Jamar Chase, Jalen Ramsey.
Well, first of all, nobody is calling Jamar Chase immature and he's much older than George Pickens, and George Pickens never done nothing like that.
Oh, God. Everything comes back to Pickens with you, man.
Hey, I'm just saying, listen.
He's gone. Let him go.
The lack of leadership on the Pittsburgh Steelers is appalling to me. Listen, in college, I was a 3-year captain, which tied an NCAA record at the time.
Oh, gosh. All right, L. Bundy. You don't need these L. Bundy stories. Get to the point, Bundy. Oh, my God.
Jim killing me.
That was beautiful.
Claudio's the greatest coach I've ever seen in my life, and he'll back me up on it. If you
butter them up.
With two great players into an argument the play before, and the referee says if it happens again, you're both out of the game. Why are you standing there 20 seconds in each other's face, and there's not one leader on that defense that stepped in between them so Ramsey didn't get thrown out of the game? The lack of leadership on this team. They won't get in the huddle. They won't huddle up. They got both running backs running for 100 yards a game. They get defensive linemen. They can't stop the run. You drafted a defensive lineman to stop the run. They both had no tackles. You know, I don't know what Hayward's doing out there. They should have got in between them. Listen, I knew right away he got spit on. Reaction of his head. I said he got spit on, and he did the right thing. Although that was the weakest punch I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, God.
Hey, listen.
You've been spit on, Jim. Did somebody spit on you in the game, Jim?
It would have happened.
No, it never
would have happened.
All right, now.
Hey, Boomer, tell you back in the day, we didn't do no doctor. We get the prison, we wasn't no doctor. You know, I fought in plenty of games. Being the only black player in the history of my high school. I got called the N-word plenty of times. So, hey, listen.
But you didn't get spit on. That's just the N-word, right, Jim?
Just the N-word. Yeah.
I'll just say this. Nobody should be standing that close when they hate each other. They just got a flag for 20 seconds before they spit in his face. Somebody should have broken up. They was on the Steelers' side. I'm like, where's the guys breaking it up?
Jim.
The Steelers could end up losing that game by losing Ramsey.
Oh, Jim, you took it a whole different place, and I thought Jalen Ramsey.
I'm a leader.
I'm not blaming that on the leaders. I'm blaming it on Ramsey. I mean, y'all just had an incident, and y'all still going on.
And a state champion.
L. Bundy, we don't want to hear them old 1940 stories, man. We talking about now. They got to do something. I don't think one game was enough. He needed at least 2 games, Claudio. Claudio, as a coach. Now, you know, baseball, there's a lot of spitting, but it's usually not spitting for players. Spitting tobacco and everything. What would you do in this situation?
If somebody did it to me or one of my players?
Well, I know what you would do if somebody did it to you. But your players. Have you had a situation like that?
No, I haven't. And you know, Tomlin, paraphrasing what he said, I think he said, you know, that Ramsey did what he was supposed to do. It was a reaction, and I don't think he got suspended. He shouldn't get any penalty. Nothing. 0. That guy spit on him. You know, Shakespeare said, "You tickle me, I laugh. You prick me, I bleed." Jim, Shakespeare was a white poet, but anyway, you know, stuff like that. But Ramsey reacted, and I don't blame him for doing what the hell he did. And then, look, it was terrible. He should get more than 1 game suspension because the last guy got 1 game suspension and it didn't do anything. He has to do more than that. That is not only, you know, talking mess. That's one thing. That's great, but when you do that, to me, that's personal. That's real big.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, that's not football. That's personal. That's something between me and you. And I tell you what, that was not right. They should suspend him for 2-3 games, and at least and take some money out of his pocket. And Ramsey shouldn't have even been. They should apologize to his ass if they give him a penalty, do whatever. Because I don't blame him for doing what he did.
Facts. Anybody else want to weigh on this before we do this Bears preview? I think we got it all.
Yeah, I have a difficult time for you to be able to keep whatever revenue you might be getting from this for me to share my opinion, so it's best left to be unsaid. You don't spit.
Right.
You don't spit. Let me tell you, I'm gonna say this right now, because you was talking about the degree of suspension. They should have made it at least 2 games, because I think the next time that somebody gets spit on is going to be an all-out brawl.
Right.
And I don't think the NFL wants that, and I think it's not enough of a deterrent for 1 game and him losing $500,000. If you can lose $500,000 in a week, that's a lot of money. He's not going to miss that, and he's not going to miss sitting down for a game being 3-5-1.
Right.
So he needed a bigger deterrent.
Absolutely. All right, let's jump into this Bears game, fellas. We talked about this. They're going to lose to Mr. Paint His Fingernails, Caleb Williams. He's been playing better. Ben Johnson has a much better system for him up there. Bears are 7-3. It might be the worst 7-3 team I've ever seen, but they're 7-3, and you are what your record says, right, Claudio?
You're right. 7-3. I'll put it to you this way: 7-3 ain't what it used to be.
Facts. Yeah. Caleb Williams has been playing better, but I'm still not sold on him. I think they can ride on him. He does have a little mobility back there, but they can definitely ride on him. Decent running back, but I still feel very confident. I mean, they have a good young receiver, Roma Duze. They also have DJ Moore, DeAndre Swift, but nobody who really scares you, So I'm definitely believing that the Steelers have a great shot at beating the Bears. Their defense is very beatable. They barely beat the Minnesota team, and J.J. McCarthy played like a rookie. So they should be able to put up some points. Do you all think Aaron Rodgers will? It seems like he's going to try to play. We'll see. He does well against Chicago traditionally. Green Bay owned him when he was at Green Bay. So we'll see. Smoker Jim, let you jump into it, and I'll jump everybody else. Go ahead, Jim. We'll need you crying if you're last.
Well, you're wrong about Caleb Williams. He's a special talent. He comes around once in a while.
He's not that special.
Chicago's never had a quarterback. Their leading quarterback of all time is Jay Cutler. Sid Luckman is second. Jim McMahon is third. Tom Zach, I know.
Mike Tomczak, come on, man. No, not Mike Tomczak. Get him out of here, Jim.
Jim Harbaugh is fourth, and Mitch Trubisky is fifth. So that tells you right there, Chicago's never had a quarterback. Hey, listen, Aaron Rodgers would rather lose than Chicago. Somebody that's been to Green Bay in Chicago, I used to do the tour every year. Listen. They hate Chicago because they look at them as just a little brother. Get up for it. They love playing in Chicago. Aaron Rodgers is going to put on the show. He's going to show up and show out. Listen, I told you guys before about these paper champions. I said the Indianapolis Colts were paper champions, and now I'm telling you Chicago's paper champions. Chicago hasn't beat anybody with a winning record. Put your money on Pittsburgh Steelers this weekend.
You got a score for us, Jim?
Pittsburgh 34, 32.
Okay. Is that the same score you said last week, Jim? I swear you said that with the Bengals. Every week is 30 with you. All right. Claudia, what you got?
That's the best way to play a lottery. Just keep playing the same numbers.
Same thing.
I like what Jim says. He'll rip on a team, and then he'll make it like a 2-point game, right? But anyway, I do like Chicago's running game. With Swift 4.7 a game. What's the other guy? Minaj? He's got 4.7 a game. Williams can run it. He's doing pretty good. And if they run the ball, that's going to make Williams more effective in the passing game. They are number 2 in the league in rushing as a team, ranked number 4 offensively. And you would think a team that runs the ball like that their defense would be better, but it's not. You know what? I do not think that with that risk, if Rodgers falls again and instinctively you're going to react and hold you're going to break your fall. I don't know how bad the break is or the fracture, whatever it is. It could get worse. I think they could win the game with Sean Rodriguez, I call him, Mason Rudolph. Okay. No, I think Fillmore said too. You don't want him, for 10 games, 3-4 games, or Rome. I forgot which one said that. Yes, put him in for this game. I think they can win. Luther, you made a great point. Again, 7-3 ain't what it used to be. Jim said that about Indianapolis, and he was right. I would put Mason Rudolph in there. Use the weapons that you have. Give Rodgers a little bit more time because, as Jerry Cooney said on our Boxing Authority show, Luther and Jim, you have to peak at the right time. Okay, right. And the Steelers aren't there yet, but they can continue to climb. And if they win this game with Mason Rudolph and get a good running game and use those weapons, I think that would be big to give him a little bit of rest. Don't get caught up in the Chicago thing and Rodgers did this against Chicago and all that. Let's be professional. The goal is to win the Super Bowl. How do we win the Super Bowl? You need Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers has that it factor. Last thing, Montana Marino, they would have the other team mic'd. The other team would be winning, but they weren't celebrating this. Oh, man, Montana's got the ball. Marino's got the ball. They'll do at Roethlisberger. They'll do the same thing with Aaron Rodgers. I don't think Mason Rudolph instills that fear as opposing team. I would put him in this week, okay? Give Rodgers as much time as he needs to heal up. Maybe get that running game going. Maybe get the team. Sometimes even using a new pen will give you new life. Get a new quarterback, a new broom sweeps clean. Get him some time. Give Rodgers a break because I'm telling you, if he gets just knocked down and that wrist lands wrong, it's going to be trouble. And you do not want Mason Rudolph running. He's a great backup, but you do not want him running the rest of the way because they will not win a Super Bowl.
Okay. All right, Ron.
Great point.
Pittsburgh generally has trouble from time to time with mobile quarterbacks, so I will keep an eye out for that. Their defense, they're not great, but what they do is that they live off of turnovers. I think that if we could play a sound game with running the ball and keep our turnovers down to a very distinct minimum, we should be able to control the game, at least from the defensive side. So if we could do that, I think that we could win the game. I would say the game would be like 24-20, Pittsburgh.
Okay. All right, what you got on that, Fillmore?
Hey, Claudio, he mentioned the offense. They do have a high-ranking offense. They're also like 8th in passing, I believe. So they have a good offense. They have good personnel, and I believe we're going to see a lot more zone because of the running capabilities of Caleb Williams. So we're going to see how that goes, doing more zone blitzes and things like that. But their defense is like ranked 31 and stopping the run. And that 31 stopping the run, that's Bengal-esque. So I'm not sure how healthy Jalen is, but that seemed like to be another Jalen day to get 18, 20 carries and have like $120. I could see that happening right there, man. I definitely see, even though I want Rodgers to rest this game, it's Chicago. It's windy there. Mason doesn't throw like a strike. He doesn't throw a strike. He lobs the ball up there, and that wind can carry that thing. So I think Rodgers will be better suited to play this game. I hope if he's healthy. If he's not 100%, let him sit. But I think it'd be better to throw that ball in that wind to cut that wind. But the Steelers defense, I see them coming up big time. They're going to give up about 20 points, and I see the score going to be 31 to maybe 24.
Okay. Ron, did you give your score?
Yeah, I believe I gave it 24-20.
24, yeah. All right, yeah, I don't think it's going to be high scoring like Jim said, a shootout. I think the weather's going to play a part, the wind. You never know with Chicago. It changes very, very quickly. Low-scoring game. I'm calling very close. I think the Steelers could pull this out. It'll be like 21-17 type of situation. But, I think they can rattle Caleb Williams. I'm not sold on like Jim is. He's not special as you say he is. He's a solid quarterback, but special like they were comparing him to Pat Mahomes. I still haven't seen it. He's a solid quarterback, but he's not special like Pat Mahomes or Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson. He's that next level, tier 2, tier 3 level to me. So I think they'll be able to pressure him. The receivers are pretty good. I know Tomlin said in his press conference when Slay is healthy, he's going to be the starter again. I hope he was lying again because Slay is done. Pierre is much better. And then you have Asante Samuel you just brought in. Right now, just let Slay be a mentor. He doesn't have it. Every game he's gotten beat. Since he's been gone, the defense has looked so much better just by taking him off the field. Duggar has been a huge addition. He could have had 2 pick sixes yesterday. The way he's reading quarterbacks, I look for him to continue to have one. I look for him to have a pick against Caleb Williams this week. Jalen Ramsey should be on a mission. I'm loving the safety tandem back there. They can cover and they play the run. 21-17, I see the Steelers, able to pull this one out. And I do think Aaron Rodgers will play in this game. Let's jump to some of the comments real quick. Frank Jackson, Caleb Williams is soft as Jordan tissue. Okay. Bears is a fraud team. JMD, Caleb is elite, escaping the pocket. Elite, JMD? Ooh, even in the pocket, he's not elite. Anything right now. Second year, come on, JMD. That's a much. Come on, man. You sound like Jim a little bit. Real quick, before we get out of here, let's give our power rankings. Smoking Jim, give me your power rankings. Jim, just so you know, the Dallas Cowboys, they did win, but they're still under 500. So your boy George Pickens isn't making that much of a difference. What's your power rankings? I know you don't have the Cowboys on there anymore.
I'm ready. I'm just ready to celebrate. Just like fine wine, I celebrate number 9. I can't wait for victory number 9 for the Steelers. But hey, number 1 would have to be, the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles is still the number 1 team to me. I don't care how many losses they got. I got to still go with Kansas City.
Kansas City.
I tell you what, man.
5-5.
The Rams is playing some good football. If they can ever get Adams off the 1-yard line, that would help. Number 4 got to be your Pittsburgh Steelers, and number 5 got to be Dallas Cowboys. Those 2 defensive tackles, the Dallas Cowboys, them boys is playing, and you win. Claudio will tell you, you win in the trenches. Those 2 defensive tackles is good as any 2 in the league. And then they got the washed up middle linebacker from Cincinnati who's playing good.
Logan Wilson, yeah.
That defense is coming around.
It was the Raiders, Jim. It was the Raiders. And Geno Smith is washed. You can't take credit on that. I mean, the Raiders are 2-7. They'll probably lose to Shedeur Sanders this weekend.
CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens did their Will Chamberlain thing the night before the game, didn't they?
And they got suspended. CeeDee Lamb wasn't getting suspended until George Pickens got there. Do you see something, Jim? He never got suspended his whole career. Less than a year into the season, he gets suspended with George Pickens. So, there's something to it, Jim. All right, I don't understand. You got one team under 500 in the Dallas Cowboys and 5-5 Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know where your 5 is going, Jim. It gets worse and worse. All right, Claudia, what you got?
I'm gonna go with 5. But what's the old thing in the records? So when they say the song is "Raising with a Bullet," Baltimore Ravens, man, they're gonna be dangerous. They're gonna be dangerous. Now, number 5, New England Patriots. They might not be what their record is, but they are where they are. So I'm going to give them number 5. Number 4, the roller coaster, Buffalo Bills. I had them in the Super Bowl. They're up and down. One minute they'll look good. Next minute they'll score 10 points. I'm going with Buffalo Bills. Number 3, because they're a veteran team, and that's Philly. They've been there, and they know what it takes. And I like Hurts, but I'm going with Philly. Number 2, I hate to put number 2. I'm not crazy about the coach, but Denver. I do like I said Knicks was going to be big time when he came out of the draft. I like him a lot. And number 1, hold on here. I'm an old LA Rams. Look at that, Fillmore, 1973, brother.
That's the old helmet, man. That's the single bar you got on there.
Oh, that's 2 bars. Look, I got a thing up there. I got a Ram. That's from 73, brother. But anyway,
I like.
Hold on. There you go.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Yes. So again, I have Rams number 1. Rams number 1.
Okay. Got you. All right. Fillmore, what you got?
Number 5, I got the Bills. Number 4, I have the Broncos. Number 3, I have the Eagles. Number 2, I have the Seahawks. Number 1, I got the Rams.
Right, I'm gonna go next, and you close it out for us, Rome. All right, I got the Bills, number 5. Man, they were putting up some crazy points. They just had to suspend one of their receivers, Keon Coleman, for being late to meetings. Man, some of these receivers, I'm telling you, George Pickens, a lot of them have a lot of George Pickens in them. Number 4, I got the Colts, number 4. They got the MVP to me, Jonathan Taylor. You know, he's going to bust. He still has a small chance to get 2,000 yards. But he's the MVP to me. He's playing at a high level. Danny Dimes, Indiana Jones is, definitely improved. Number 3, I got Seattle. Seattle Seahawks, that defense is running. But Sam Darnold, he's the issue. He had a bunch of turnovers once again in that Rams game that cost them. But even with 4 turnovers, they barely lost that game. So if he didn't have all those turnovers, they could have won. Number 2, LA Rams, Matt Stafford. He's playing at an incredible level right now. 2 great receivers. Devontae Adams is showing he still has something left in the tank. Good running game. Puka Nacua, one of the most underrated receivers. And number 1, you got to go with Philly. Offensively, they're just holding it. I think Saquon Barkley's holding down a little bit, but he's ready to explode. He's not getting beat up as much. Hurts, whenever you need him, he makes all the throws. A.J. Brown didn't have a bad tweet, and they got him the ball a lot. And Devontae Smith, man, he's tough as nails, only weigh 170 pounds, but all he does is make plays, man. But those are my top 5. All right, Big Rum, who you got as we close out?
Smoking Jim. I'm looking on the internet to see if there's any class action lawsuits against Luster Curl. I worry about you after those top 5 picks. So we'll do some research. We're talking about it later. You might have a check coming your way.
Oh, man.
Top 5 was crazy. I got number 5 as the pick, and mind you, I never thought in my day of days that this would be my top 5 this late in the season, but I got the Patriots at number 5. They're playing excellent football, and they beat the Bills.
Yeah.
Got number 4 is the Broncos, another team who upserted the class of their division. You got the Colts number 3.
Okay.
I got the Eagles number 2. They're showing splinters because they're still not playing like they should to be another Super Bowl winning team. And number 1, I got the Rams. The Rams is looking awesome. Like I've been saying, they got a real good 1-2 punch. A wide receiver, their quarterback is playing like he's 10 years younger, and the running game is spectacular. So as they get their defense up to that next level, y'all better watch out. You're going to see them in the Super Bowl.
Okay. That's a good choice. They just can't get past Philly in the playoffs, and then he lost by a blocked field goal in the regular season this year. If they can avoid Philly, they might have a chance, but Philly's the kryptonite right now. But Appreciate all the calls. Frank Jackson, Underground, Who to Go, Lori was in there, JMD, Destiny was in there.
Jamal.
So everybody. Jamal was in there.
Jamal. Man. Yeah, we got Turner up in that mud.
Still ATL, but he jumped into the still seat, so we appreciate that. But make sure you check out the website. We have the Giving Tuesday. Make sure you go to the website, make a donation so we can continue giving out the trophies. We got the playoff game. Jim, I got to mention this. You said Fort Cherry, another L for you. They didn't even make it to the Whippeal. As I told you, Clairton would win. As I told you, the first game we covered, Clairton and Amani would be at Acrisure Stadium fighting for the Whippeal champion. Again, you took another L. You'll take another one Friday because Amani's going to pull the upset and beat Avonworth, Smoking Jim. Mark it.
What day that game on?
Saturday, Jim. Saturday. You coming?
Keep saying Friday.
Sorry, Saturday.
Hey, Luther, man. You remember Matt Fulmore? He called it, man. He called it. He going to see Avonworth. He called it.
He spoke it into existence, and now they got to back it up.
What did he call?
He said we're going to get our revenge against Avonworth in the championship.
Yes, he did.
You know it, I know it. They beat Avonworth.
Okay. Listen, that offensive line has been having those running backs, David Davis, Dave Jenkins, Anthony Porter. They've been running for 500 yards a game. If they keep blocking like this.
How many yards was that against Avonworth?
Well, we're going to see Saturday. Just make sure you come down on the field with me, Jim. Make sure you come down on the field with me, and we can see it up close and personal.
Hey, shout out my man Sweet Pea, Anthony Porter Sr., you know what I'm saying, with his son there. I play corner, he played outside linebacker on the left side of Westinghouse. We in that building, man.
All right, you going down to the game, Fillmore.
Hey, I'm trying to make it, man. If I could rearrange my appointment, I'll be there.
Hey, Fillmore, it's so hard to win the WCIL championship. It's one of the hardest things to ever do. Tony Dorsett never done it. Joe Montana never done it. Dan Marino never done it. And the Swanee Christian Academy has never done it. So
until Saturday.
The defending champion.
Until Saturday, Jim. Jim, real quick before we go, are you going to admit your L about Fort Cherry? You had all these people putting money on Fort Cherry and doing all that. They were the greatest team ever. They didn't even get to it. Can you admit your L? That's all I want to hear. No. Can you admit it?
It's hard to win. And now for the rest of his life, those players from Fort Cherry going to have to hear from Laurel that 20 years from now, they're going to be like, hey, I went to Laurel, we beat y'all. So that's a humbling experience. I see Fort Cherry players crying. Too late to cry now. Just go up for the game.
Did you admit your L? All that to say what? You were wrong. Were you wrong, Jim?
Fort Cherry was the best team in the state.
Jim, they didn't win. They were not the best team in the state. All right, Jim. Jim will not admit he made it out, but I will say it for him. Jim is wrong again. He's going to be wrong Saturday. Fort Cherry, you can't say they're the best team in the state. They didn't even make it to the championship game. Saturday will happen, and they will win, and I'll be 2-0 on that, Jim.
I'm sorry, Mr. Fulmore. I'm sorry.
He cut with that soul glow, man.
Right. It's that too much Dairy Curl juice got into his brain, and this is why Jim acts like this. That mixed with CTE, we don't know what we're going to get for Smoking Jim. But hey, appreciate all the calls. Desmond, thanks for calling. Mark, Brentley, Sean, everybody who came in on the text. For Claudio, Big Rowe, Fillmore, Ralph was on the show. Smoking Jim. I'm Still City Luke. We'll check you out next time. Peace.